looking over that thing, it is kind of disturbing.
It looks like.
Oh, we have a little puppy.
We have a puppy.
I mean, the fact that I think the weirdest part for me is the fact that they gave it a bone. Like that's they gave the robot a toy.
Yeah, I mean, you're gonna find some people who think that's cool, and other people who are like, that's just weird.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't you say that she has a ball?
She has a little ball.
She deserves a ball.
All right, Pavi's a fan, so now we know. All right, hello everyone.
Deserves a ball.
Deserves. Yeah, I know. That's a very strong opinion. Hello everyone. This is Trends with Benefits. This is our weekly roundtable podcast here from Digital Trends, where we talk about the trending tech topics of the day. We're broadcasting live on Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, and Periscope, which means we can take your questions, your comments, whatever it is you want to bring up during the show. We will talk about those, and we have a lot to get to. One of the big reasons here is because the strange thing that you see on the desk that we will be discussing here in a minute. If you're watching the show right now, there's a robotic dog on the desk. I'll just say that. We'll talk about that in a bit. But we do have, today we're going to be covering the brand new Echo Show 2 and the Google Home Hub. We've got both of them here, and Kim's going to tell us about both of those. We're going to talk about a flying car that is for sale, and would you want to ride or fly in it? I don't know if I would or not, but we'll talk about that too. And, of course, Apple, right before the show, announces that they have a new mystery event that is going to be happening on October 30th. You can tell by the tone in this room how excited everyone is about Apple, but that's the question that we put up, is what do you think Apple's going to announce, or what would you like them to announce? Because it seems like there's so many events that are going on right now.
I would like them to announce that they're taking a quick break.
Yes.
That's it. That's what the entire announcement would be about. Okay.
We're just going to hang out for a second.
Yeah.
Well,
and let everyone catch their breath.
All right, let's get your comments and questions. We'll get Ryan's here in a second. Let's introduce our cast of characters. I'm Greg Nibler, and to my right,
I'm Kim Wetzel, Smart Home Editor here at Digital Trends.
hello, Kim. And we have a special guest joining us.
I'm Pavi Dinamani. I'm a YouTuber, and my YouTube channel is called The 9 to 5 Misfits.
Awesome.
YouTubing it up. I am Ryan Waniata.
That's Ryan Waniata.
AV Entertainment.
Pavi, feel free to say whatever you want to Ryan. We all do. All right, so let's
Taking notes here.
take some notes. Take some notes. Get your dig in here in a little bit. All right.
I'm a bit of a YouTuber myself.
Oh boy.
Fun.
I turn it on.
It's this kind of Ryan
Yes,
today.
counts.
All right, let's get to the topic at hand here, though.
Cobra
Let's
Kai.
talk about the Apple event. So I heard the groans in the room. I understand, but I mean, it is Apple coming back with another event. Now, they just, of course, announced the iPhones, a month ago is about when that happened. And now there's speculation about a new iPad Pro, where they're going to update the iPads with Face ID, and some different speculation that's going on with that. What I'm curious about, again, for the live chat is what you would like to hear them announce, because we do want to see what that is. But let me just go around the room here. What does this mean anything to you, Kim, or are you... Okay, that's the official explanation right there.
Is this my understanding? This is their third event this year, right?
This is
They
the
had the
yes.
developers conference in June, and
It
then
is.
they just
They
had their
built
big
new
event
phones, yeah.
a couple weeks ago. Why couldn't they just announced all of it then and called it a day? Like,
Well, because you got to keep on building up,
Yeah.
Yeah.
interest in it.
I mean, it sort of reminds me of what they do before a Marvel movie or a Star Wars movie, which is they give you a little tiny piece of it. Everybody goes crazy on that little tiny piece for a week, and then they do the same thing the next week.
Right.
It's a good way to get free marketing.
Well, Pavi, let me ask you. So I know before the show we were talking, you are an Apple person.
Yes. All the Apple things, yes.
Okay, so you are exactly the kind of person I want to talk to about this. So are you excited every time Apple says something? Is there something you're expecting that you'd like to see?
Honestly, I used to be more than I am right now, because this is kind of like a Nickelback stop, like enough. That
You're
kind
calling
of a moment.
Apple Nickelback?
It's like
That's
stop.
great.
They're
I
not
love that.
doing anything super incredibly innovative, so I'm just like, you know what? I'll buy the product when it's useful to me, but
Right.
this just seems to me like a waste of time.
yeah.
Yeah, it's just too many things, even for an Apple person.
There you
Yes.
Do you buy the new iPhone when it comes out?
No, I wait.
Okay.
Like, I do the 2 years, like
The 2 year
every
cycle?
Yeah,
Okay.
I do that, and then but with my computers, I'm up to date just because I edit a lot. So MacBook Pro and
Now, what if they came out with a new MacBook? Is that something that you would pick up?
I would be
Okay,
interested.
so
But yeah,
this
I
could be
would
the kind of
interested.
event that you would want.
Yeah.
Take a look here in the live chat. I'm taking a look at some of the comments. Apple Car. Somebody wishes they would announce an Apple Car. They've talked about that for a long time. I know that's supposedly in development, but I do not know.
Do you need to have an iPhone to have an Apple?
You probably would have to have an iPhone.
Oh, I'm
You
sure.
have to use Siri for all of that.
It probably won't start without your iPhone.
You put the
or
iPhone
something
right?
ridiculous.
in a little
Yeah.
carousel, and then it starts up.
Yeah, that could be part of it. Chad says Apple is as good as Nickelback, so I don't know if that's a dig at Apple or a dig at Nickelback. I'm not
Yeah, if
sure
you're
Or
a
a
big
rip on
Nickelback
both.
fan,
which
I know,
side
or
that
both.
is.
they're still big in Canada.
Right, that's true. So that could be maybe a hello from Canada.
It's gonna be, if they ever had the Apple Car, it would be Lightning, and then you'd have to buy like all these adapters to get
Right.
it going.
Right?
Like the next thing.
Extra dongles.
Yeah.
Just
I
use
can't
the
drive
oil.
my car to work, you guys. I forgot to get.
You forgot your charger. Yeah, you've got to pay $500 for a new charger. That's
They'll remove the port immediately. They'll
Yeah.
be like, "Oh no, we
Yes.
just changed it mid-drive."
It's all awkward
Right?
to get the adapter in there.
Yeah. Well, okay. So taking a look here, I do see. Yeah, John says, "Yep, it's getting tiring now." So that does kind of answer some of my question for even people who are hardcore Apple fans, who I'm sure a lot of you that are watching are. This is getting a little tiring.
Yeah.
So there's
Getting old.
so other than maybe a new MacBook, or an Apple Car, there's not anything in particular that you guys would like to see that would make
I
the
would be
big deal.
surprised if they did a HomePod Mini. They really
Yeah.
are like
Yeah, if they tried to go
losing
after
a lot
that.
of ground
Something
in the
with a-
smart speaker market right now.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well-
something with a little less money attached to the price
Right.
tag, and I would
Holiday
love to
gift.
see another upgrade on the Apple AirPods because we're trying to watch and see true wireless earbuds go forward. And the
Right.
fact is that while we don't call Apple's AirPods our favorite, they are pretty good. They're not the best sound, but they have some of the best features, and they are by far the most popular. So when they come out with a new one, that pushes everybody forward. When they came out with the AirPod, they set the battery rate at 5 hours. That was what everyone else had to match to beat Apple.
That's
and
true.
So it's really important when they do come out with a product, just because they're so popular.
Because
So,
they are
yeah.
Apple.
And we
Everybody's
want to
trying to
see true wireless earbuds keep getting better. And Apple, like it or not, is a huge part of making that happen.
Right.
Great stocking stuffer too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Well, Kim, you did bring up the Apple HomePod and hoping that we might see something with that. So let's talk about smart home hubs and smart home speakers for a second. I mean, that is a huge expanding market that Apple does seem to be behind in. Like, it's
Yeah.
not very often that you see Apple being behind in anything.
Yeah.
But this for sure. And right here in front of us, so again, if you're watching the video, you can see these. If you're listening to the podcast, this video will be up on YouTube for you to check out. But we've got in front of us the new Google Home Hub
Yes.
and the Echo Show 2. And these are the video screen home hubs, which this is my first time seeing them in person. There is a huge difference between the two of these.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you notice the size? difference?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard not to
Alarm
notice the size
Yeah.
difference.
TV. Yeah.
Yeah. So
about right.
the old Echo Show, this is the new one, and it used to be 7 inches. So it was 7 inches. This is 7 inches too, but it was like kind of a blocky TV style.
Talking about the Google Home.
Yeah, this is the Google Home Hub. This is the Echo Show. So they made the screen bigger. They made it high def. They put in a smart hub inside. They improved the sound. It's all around like better speaker or better smart speaker with Alexa built. Oops, I didn't turn off Alexa.
For the Echo Show 2. We're probably setting everybody's Alexa devices off.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, sorry. Alexa. Sorry, I had to.
Send those emails to Kim Wetzel. Digital Trends.
Not Greg. And this is the Google Home Hub. And they went the opposite direction, as you can see. There's also not a camera in this. So you can, if you're worried about privacy, you can put it like next to your bed. Or
Right, and you're gonna
even
be
in your bathroom.
You're not gonna have to put a Band-Aid over the top of it, like
Right.
I do with mine at home.
Yeah.
So okay, so you're not gonna have to worry about that with the camera in that one. But the Echo Show 2 does have a camera.
Yes, this has a camera. You can, I actually use Google Duo to talk with my husband on this at home. This, I do think it supports Google Duo, but that's it. You can't do anything else with it.
So what's the price difference between these
Yeah.
two?
230
For the-
150.
230 for the Echo Show 2, 130 for the Google Home Hub.
Right.
Which at that point, it just seems like it'd be worth another $100. I mean, honestly, if you're
to
gonna
get a
spend it,
camera.
yeah.
It depends. This has really great smart home control. Like if I can't do this backwards, but you can kind of get a sense for how you can easily control your smart home devices and divide them into rooms. So
Yeah.
this is really simple to use, and it also serves as a photo frame. Like I've connected it to Google Photos, and it just has it's like a recurring photo
like
frame,
one of
which
those.
is
It
kind
just
of
keeps
cool.
moving around. Yeah.
Yeah, but so what really, I don't know a lot about the smart home stuff, and what is the point of these things exactly?
It's basically a Google Assistant or Alexa speaker with a screen.
So is there
instead
any
of
other
getting
use of
results-
these besides like being in your kitchen and having YouTube
Or like your
on?
recipes.
Yeah, your
or
recipe
whatever.
Right.
stuff. Like,
can
because that's
watch
what everybody
YouTube.
seems to be using it for. But I mean, I guess you could use it as sort of your control center for your smart home hub if
Yeah.
you wanted to.
This
Is
is-
that, is that
this
what
you
people would
could.
use it for?
Absolutely. You could do that with this. Yeah, I guess it comes down to if you don't need a screen, you don't need a screen.
Yeah.
I just wonder like where this comes into play with a lot of people have tablets or even just big
whether you
TVs
could just prop
or
up your
big
tablet.
tablet they can just set down look at stuff.
Pavi, let me ask you. So do you have a smart home hub or any kind of system like that?
No, I just have the Alexa speakers.
What is it that's preventing you from getting one?
The thing is, like
keeping
like you were saying, I don't see the value in having the camera in it. But from a screen standpoint, I like my YouTube videos, or I like to AirPlay to my television if something, like I'm watching something on my phone and I'm like, oh, I'd turn the TV on and do that. So I would get that. And for that purpose, I'd prefer a bigger screen. So I feel like the alarm clock screen is like a phone, so I don't need that.
Well,
So.
and it's not that much bigger.
It's not that much bigger.
The Google Home Hub is very small. Yeah, I'm not seeing a whole lot of advantage.
What's ironic about this is it comes with 6 months of YouTube Premium.
Okay.
Encouraging.
But it's so tiny when you want to watch it on
the
device.
Put your phone next to it and watch it.
Right?
Yeah.
So you can watch Cobra Kai.
And another, what's even more ironic, this device doesn't come with YouTube at all because of the fight between Amazon
and
Google.
that is true. Yeah, that's something actually
Dun.
that is important to take it into account. Yeah, Amazon devices won't play YouTube because of the Amazon Google fight. And I wish they just duke it out and
Chromecast.
Somebody could figure this out.
Play Amazon Video.
Right.
We just reviewed the new Chromecast, and that's been around since 2013, and they don't have Amazon Video.
It's
so annoying.
It just hurts the customer. Like they're being dumb.
Yeah, it's pretty silly.
Yeah, but they don't care.
Yeah.
No, I don't think anybody's losing sleep there about
they
that.
They are absolutely just doing fine without each other.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, security obviously I think is a big concern for a lot of people when it comes to smart home hubs, as far as the adoption of it or adopting those. In that, I feel like that's what's the only thing that's holding some of it back. It's not like the market's going away. The market's growing exponentially, but I feel like I've one thing that is the thing. You know, is the worry about security when it comes down to it.
That's certainly what seemed to happen with Facebook's new thingy.
Oh my God.
Oh no!
If you think this is big, imagine 15 inches with a roving camera. That's the Facebook.
It's so
Portal
scary.
Plus.
Wow.
And they're
Follows you
also
around the room.
they're also trying to put out a streamer, or at least there's a rumor that they're trying to put out a streamer which would have a camera on top of your TV.
Yep.
And probably serve you up Facebook's new Facebook TV stuff, Facebook Watch, I think it's called.
Well, now that Ryan set it up for me, the next topic we're going to be covering is Facebook. That's what I do want to bring up. So we kind of talked a little bit about Facebook last week as far as the Facebook Portal, which is their new device. And if you have not seen the video of it, I think we've got a clip of it that we can actually air for the live show. But the Facebook Portal is a device that you can set up at home. They essentially want it to be, for video phone calls, but the camera can track you in a room and will follow the person around, and then can also track if there's somebody else, like other movement. The camera can expand or zoom out, and it's really unnerving that it's coming from Facebook. Like, in theory, I think it's not that bad of an idea, like in theory, to be able to have video conference calls like that. But the fact that it's Facebook with all of their security issues, I don't know who's really going to want to use that.
Yeah. They should have shown that little commercial with a big metal plate that goes over the camera when you want it to.
Yeah.
Or something.
Something like that.
Yeah, it's in poor taste. I mean, they should work on their reputation.
Right.
Yeah. Before they introduce any kind of hardware like this. I think it's going to be dead on arrival,
Yeah.
honestly. Like, I don't see it.
And that's part of the other thing. So the rumor that we have right now is that there's another device that they're working on that would essentially turn your television into this. So you take an existing television, and I think they're trying to, there's probably going to be some kind of a streaming video content. And again, this isn't confirmed, but I believe it, where they would fight with Chromecast and then also turn your television and have a camera on that would also work in the same way. Is there anybody in here that would want to have video conferencing like that, like that kind of ability? Pavi, would you?
No, like Kim said, it's super intrusive to begin with, and with all, everything's up in the air with them, with how much data they have access to, that I would not. I'm not an early adopter when it comes to things like that. I'm just like, nope, hard pass.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny that you say that, because so does Google. Google has so much information. They know everything about you. But yet they just don't have this branding problem right now. It's just a really weird time for Facebook.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
It's just interesting to see people just they just don't trust them.
Yeah.
I'm reading a lot of comments that are coming through here right now that I'm just getting here on Facebook while we're talking about Facebook. I mean, let's not deny it. We're all on Facebook anyway. So let's see. Taking a look here. Absolutely would never get one of them.
Yeah.
Jake says a giant floating Zuckerberg head above the device. Yep, I could see that with just a smiling Zuckerberg. Does he smile?
Yeah,
Kind of. Yeah, kind of.
It's
Okay.
kind of a grimace.
Yeah, it's like
more
it's
like-
very like.
This is what humans do.
It must be batteries
Right?
after. Yeah.
Exactly. I like the facility, but not from Facebook or Google. Like that actual concept does sound kind of cool. I mean, I saw Back to the Future too.
Yeah.
You know, that reference, that's probably too old of a reference for some people watching this, but nonetheless, like,
I hope not.
Like, just the video conferencing that they had in that. I think that idea is neat, but I just don't know if there's anybody that I would trust.
Yeah.
Well, and beyond all of that, if you're talking about a device for TV, I mean, we have enough of those. Like, I'm writing a review right now about the new Roku, and they have 7 Rokus right now, and they're all pretty great.
Yeah.
There are all the Amazon devices, and Google has its thing. There are so many devices that it's pretty hard little field to break yourself into and create an interface all of its own. And, your streaming device is what kind of runs your TV set. Like that's where you're watching most of your content, or a lot of us are if you're not on cable. So that's also just a really difficult idea to try to break into. I think that's pretty ambitious to try to do it now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of where we're at with that. So we'll see what happens with if Facebook does go forward with this. If you are out there and you're watching live right now and you're thinking, yes, I want a Facebook portal in my house, let me know. Like, leave the comments in there. Let us know why you would, or what kind of advantage you see to it. But so far, I'm not seeing a lot of people that want to.
Do you know like what the price is on it, or is there anything out there?
That's a good question. The portal, I believe it was
Portal's
actually
$199, and the Portal Plus is $349, I believe.
no
Okay.
$349
For the big 15-inch screen with the rolling camera,
God.
$349.
I still don't get. Do you
Right?
remember when everybody said that the iPad couldn't exist because there was no place for it?
And you're absolutely right.
Why can't you just use your iPad for this stuff?
Yeah.
You could. It's not connected to your home. Like,
Yeah, not as
there
well,
is, like,
'cause they're-
there is for Fire the tablets for Amazon. You can get a show mode docking station that turns it into an Echo Show device.
Or just a Kindle, I guess. In this case,
a Kindle. But it's all about the smart home integration that you don't get. Of course, you already have Alexa on a Kindle tablet. Most of the new ones come with it, and you can obviously get Google Assistant on your phone.
Yeah. But that's kind of what the big difference
It
is.
just kind of seems like a solution without a problem for me. But
Well,
I don't know.
And I've been wondering who's buying these things. Like, are they really popular?
I
Everybody's
really would
making
love to
them.
see the numbers,
Yeah.
because maybe I'm
Please.
totally wrong.
let us know if you have one.
I
Please,
love
send
mine,
us an
but
email.
Yeah?
I wouldn't buy it.
Right.
I use it. I got it for free through
Right.
work. So.
And there it
That
is.
does change.
That's what
I
you're
think
saying.
we'd all
Everybody
take
go
something-
Join a tech
Yeah.
company.
I love free stuff.
If it was free, I'll take a
great.
Facebook portal.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I'll be
asked.
honest.
I already requested that device, so I'll bring it in when I
All
have
right,
it.
fantastic.
We'll try to hide from the camera.
All right, well, we got a couple more things here that we need to get to on the show's topics for today. And again, keep dropping in your comments there: Facebook, YouTube, Periscope, Twitch, all of those. We are going to talk about the mechanical dog that is sitting on the table right now, or here in a minute. But before we do that, I wanted to bring this up because it's something I'm interested in, so that's why we're doing it. But it's the Terrafugia, which that name may sound familiar to some people, and we're talking about a flying car. It's a flying car. It's a company that's been promising this flying car. We actually have articles on digitaltrends.com back to, I was just looking beforehand, back like 4 or 5 years ago about this, about how they were promising they were going to have this flying car. And you hear this from a lot of companies. There's a lot of companies that are working on it, or flying taxis or some version. This company says they're going to have it out next year, and they will take down payments. We've got a little bit of a video of what it looks like. And in theory, this car could go 400 miles. It could travel 100 miles an hour. That's the top speed. It can go up to 9,000 feet, carries 2 passengers, and you would be able to basically skip traffic and be able to land at airports and then drive all the way to your destination. Now, I'm curious, who in here would ride in this right now? Like right now, Pavi, would you get in? They've got like a demonstration video, but would you get into a flying car right now?
No.
Okay.
It doesn't look very Jetson-like. I'm more convinced about the Jetsons. I feel like this is more like a glorified helicopters. So I'm not convinced yet. And if it
Yeah.
took 5 years to get here, I feel like there's more research that
Right. It's not the safest thing to hop into.
Nope.
Yeah,
I don't
the-
understand.
Yeah, I have
like,
questions.
Yeah.
I have lots
I have a lot
of
of
questions.
The fact that their flight video is CG.
Right.
is one
Like, so
thing.
that worked out.
That's
really
the video that we were able to snag.
Okay.
But yeah, there's more to it than that. But
Yeah.
but yeah, that's. I mean, honestly, if somebody came up to me and said, "Would you want to go for a ride in one?" I might do it.
Would you
Yeah.
wear a
I'd do
parachute
it.
or
Yes.
something? Okay. I was
Yes.
gonna say, I was like,
I would
okay.
absolutely want a parachute,
I don't think that works.
but
But you
Is
can
there
wear
an
it. You can wear it.
it
It
would
would make you feel
me
better.
feel better. I mean, I want a flying car so badly. I mean, I feel like it's something we've been promised forever.
Yeah.
Just because I hate driving in traffic.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like the worst to me.
Yeah.
So yes, I'd be willing to take some risks in order to advance this project. But yeah, that's kind of what I was curious about. But nobody in here would be a first adopter.
I mean, do we
Nobody's
have
gonna hop
do we have
in.
pricing on this?
Yeah, do we have-
I
No,
would try.
here's what they're talking about with the pricing. You can put your money down, but they won't tell you what the final
Suspect.
price is.
And what is the down price?
They don't really explain that either. So they
Good.
said that
I'm so confident.
If you
right
have to
now.
ask,
Please
you're not
take
rich
my
enough to
money.
buy one.
exactly. Yeah, I don't think you could probably. It's a little bit out of your range.
Yeah. I
Sign
think
over
you're
here,
right.
please. You know.
I won't even first adopt the new operating system, so I'm not
That's
much of
true.
a first adopter. I kind of like to let the other people take
Yeah.
the kinks out. And when it
Still
comes
use an
to
abacus
when it
to
comes to
add-
human flight,
Yeah, you're not going to be the first one to hop in there.
yeah.
So, do you need a pilot's license? for
Yes,
this?
you do need a
Okay,
pilot's
that
license.
makes
Yeah, if you're going to fly it, and so I'm not sure what type of pilot's license, but yeah, you have to have some kind of a pilot's license
Yeah.
in order
So
to
what
fly.
makes it a car then?
So what it is you can take it from little airport to like a little airport is kind of what they're thinking, and then you land and then you drive the rest of the way to your destination.
Oh, it's
So that's one of the ideas. I mean,
Yeah.
talking about skipping traffic, I don't know if this one would be for that, but commutes to probably somebody like say you live like an hour outside of the city. This is probably a really way faster way to get in there.
that would be pretty sweet.
That'd
Just
be pretty
fly
cool.
over the traffic on I-5. Just be like, I'm
Yeah.
out. Boom.
But then you need rules, right? Like you can't just fly
Right.
wherever. You have to have clearance, and there's no lanes, all of that. So they're making you pay down payment without actual infrastructure. I don't.
That
Well, I
part's-
mean, so
yeah.
low flying. I don't know like all the rules, but I know that like low flying vehicles, like helicopters and stuff, they don't have to
Right.
get like tower clearance.
Okay.
It's basically just look around and don't
And
run
just
into
go.
people.
Okay.
I think that's how it works. So
Okay, so
I
maybe, like, no
assume it would
stop
be
sign,
and
none
it's
of
the
that.
same with like gliders and stuff like that. I
Okay.
think
Yeah.
if you're under, I think it's 4,000 feet or something like that, you don't need a flight plan and clearance and all that.
Okay. Cool.
Brian is saying monorails will be infinitely more efficient than individual vehicles that require a driver. That's true.
Yeah.
I mean, I can see that, but until we get, Hollow Loop, I don't think it's going to be happening.
Yeah.
Probably
I mean, that's going to be.
Would be nice.
Yeah, everybody wants their own vehicle, and it's really not the best way to go, but for
Yeah.
efficiency anyway.
Yeah. So I mean, that's just kind of where we're at right now with that. But I would hop in it. I will. So Terra Fuchsia, if you want me to go for a ride,
I
in
kind of
it.
have a feeling you are going to be hopping in it soon.
Did I say Hollow Loop? I meant Hyperloop. I
Yeah.
realized I said that wrong, but
I didn't know what you're talking about.
yeah, good. Yeah, that's okay. See, if you just say it and just kind of go past it.
Yeah, nobody knows.
But I had to call myself out on it because it annoyed me.
HoloLens. is the-
Yes, HoloLens. It's HoloLens. I created that Hollow Loop. Yeah,
I-
trademark
yeah,
right here.
I think that could
All
be a
right,
trademark.
let's
Elon's
talk.
listening. Gosh, no, he's gonna create a new HoloLoop now.
Oh, All right, let's talk about what's sitting here on the table. So we've discussed this product before on the show. It is the Aibo robotic dog, AIBO robotic dog. It's been out in Japan for a while, and now we have one here right in our studio with Kim. Now, Kim, what is it you're going to be doing with this? Like you're living with it for?
No, I can't take it home. It's on loaner here at the office for a week.
Okay.
So I've just been playing with it.
How do they know if you take it home?
Yeah.
That's a
Well,
good
the
question.
camera's in the eyes. That's clearly what it is. So it's.
That is weird.
So it's Can you explain what this is?
So this is Sony. Sony's Aibo the dog, and it can bark. It can do tricks. It can understand you. It actually gets to know you. Caleb, who was at IFA, stopped at the booth, and he said that the women who were running the booth, like the dogs, were totally attached to the women because they had gotten to know the women as the owner, and they were ignoring the journalist.
That is the
over
dog
there.
barking in the background. If you
Yes.
didn't hear that.
Yes.
Does he grab the bone?
Can I get him to get the bone?
Yeah, stick it near his mouth.
Here, you want that?
Oh my God, it's disturbing.
That is weird.
It is really
Girl,
weird.
Good girl.
Wait, you can pet it?
God.
Yeah, it has a sensor right here. You pet it, and it responds to positive feedback. Sit.
So-
Ibo, sit.
That's,
But it's not so good about like doing what I ask it to do.
Maybe
So
it's a puppy.
well, it's
That's
supposed
why.
yeah, it's supposed to be. That's what Jeremy was saying, our editor in chief, that it learns, and so it's supposed to be a puppy right out of the box.
Yeah.
So that it
So it doesn't respond?
It doesn't respond as well.
Yeah.
It's like supposed to not, and then gets better.
So
Yeah.
What is it doing?
Go get a puppy, people! Don't do this.
He won't take the bone.
what are, I mean, I guess you don't have
Ibo,
to clean
Ibo,
up after
sit.
it or feed it, but what is the advantage of this?
you're asking important questions, Greg.
Yes.
I don't know.
It's no
It's
electric
fun.
grandmother. I'll tell
Yeah.
you that.
It's fun. It's cute. It does fun stuff.
Yeah.
It is really cute. I have to
It's
say.
cute.
It's
Even Ryan thinks it's cute.
Yeah, if Ryan thinks something's cute, then
Yeah, that is disturbing.
hey, I like animals.
Yeah, that's true. Pavi, what do you think about this? Would you own one?
Okay, how much is it? That's important to me.
$2,000.
$2,000.
Good day, sir. Good day to you. Yeah, no, I'm not. No, I will go rescue 2 dogs instead. Like, no.
Ibo, lay down.
Well, Kim, you said you can train it. Like, what can you train it to do? So it starts off as a puppy. What does it
Yeah.
end up learning to do?
So, handshake.
There you go. So you get
That's it.
That
$2,000
was
for a
amazing.
handshake? No.
Good
He got the bone
job.
by himself. He liked it.
I will also agree.
Oh.
Pass.
Good girl.
And it sets it down.
Okay, now taking a look in the chat.
Wow.
Courtney says, my son has been asking for a dog. I'm getting him this.
There you go.
No poop to clean up.
No poop
Yeah,
to
that is
clean
true.
up, No fur.
Wow.
Oh, and then immediately followed by never mind, too expensive.
So I started petting him, and he
That is
turned
where we're at
towards
right
me,
now.
and he's
At this thing,
really engaging.
I have to
It's
say,
amazing.
and if you're listening to the audio podcast, you will need to check out the
He
video of
just
this.
peed.
he's
It's
fake
pink.
peeing.
It has just lifted its leg up and pretended to pee all over the Echo show. I don't even know what that implies, where we're
So
going
wait,
with
how do you
that.
train it to not?
So-
pee?
Why does it need to do that?
It responds to good girl. It
Okay.
responds to no, don't do that. So it actually learns, and it has a camera for some reason on its butt and also on its nose, and so it gets to know people and recognizes faces, and so you can give it positive reinforcement essentially.
Okay, I just fell in love with the robot dog.
Oh,
Wow.
Pretty cute. I might have to write that up.
wow.
So I've been to a few of these events where they have robots. This is one of the most respondent robots I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Pepper, the robot, is really famous. She comes to a lot
Right.
of events, MWC and stuff like that. And she is very stilted and has sort of, granted, it's a lot of people coming by,
Yeah.
so it's a lot of stimuli.
much to-
But yeah, her like sort of responses are really stilted, and it's very repetitive after time. So it will be really interesting to see over the week if it just kind of does it.
And it's running towards you.
Oh, it loves you back. How
And is
cute.
petting. I would have bet a lot of money against this happening.
Me too.
What?
Me
I
too.
love
This
animals.
is, I mean, it's like the Grinch's heart just melted. Like right in front of us.
I don't know how I got this reputation. That's not fair.
It's not, but I just didn't picture
Oh,
this
he's so
happening.
cute.
Oh well.
All right.
Like big-
I mean, I will say this: it is pretty incredibly responsive right
Yeah,
now.
it's
Yeah.
very
It is in love with Ryan.
Did you see?
That-
It's hilarious.
so, I mean, I
I'm
guess
gonna steal a robot dog today.
I assume it's listening too, right? That like
it's got to be.
that he likes it more than most.
Oh,
of
maybe
us.
that's
yeah, like
picking
I was
up
like,
on that.
English.
Yeah,
yeah,
maybe.
Does he understand?
Yeah, well, yeah. I didn't bring that part, but it does respond like yes, no, like those
Okay.
kinds of things. Like
Some
there are
English
some
terms.
Yeah.
And it does learn. I mean, so what does it do? Though?
You can get it to sit.
I mean,
play
other than
dead,
s-
dance. Oh,
like,
but,
does it do any? Is there any other kind of
The
function?
question
other
is,
than,
can you
like-
take it for a walk?
Do you need to?
I don't know.
I mean, can it help out at home? Is there any kind of like an assistant aspect built into it?
Bring you a newspaper.
So
Right, for $2,000.
yeah,
I'm gonna need a little
there
more.
is
Give me more.
There
than
is an app
shake.
that goes with it. I'm still learning about the puppy.
Okay, and obviously, yeah, you just got it.
She
I
just
just
unboxed
got
it
it
today.
like 2 hours
Yeah.
ago. I just set it up like an hour ago. But yeah, I'm sure it has more fun. I'm sure those cameras do more than just They have to be connected to something.
Yeah.
I would think it would have some security element to it of some kind.
Right. Yeah. If it could actually be some kind of a security camera. It's being asked here, how long before Ibo's battery dies?
That's a good question.
Does it poop out dead batteries? That was a question that was actually asked today.
Haven't seen that yet.
And what's the camera for?
I think to look at the one on top.
Yeah.
I'm not
To
sure.
record everything you're doing and learn when you sleep.
As
and,
usual.
It might be,
Yeah.
it could be like awareness of environment though.
Yeah.
Probably.
I'm not sure.
Because I remember
kind of a weird
reading
spot
about
for
it. It can
that.
learn, it'll learn your house, learn your environment, learn everything, so it can walk around there. I love the idea of it. It's like a security system as well.
Yeah.
I think I would just need something more than just mimicking a dog for me.
Yeah, I wonder.
It needs a little bit more than that.
I wonder how.
Bring me a beer at least. You know?
It needs a tray on it.
Yeah.
And no feeding, right? Or
I
not
haven't
that
tried to
Do you have to
feed it.
pretend to feed it?
I don't know.
I guess
Maybe.
you charge it.
Oh,
That's feeding.
poor buddy.
It's okay, girl.
Oh, wow.
There you
This
go.
is getting weird.
All
right.
Oh my god. Be still my ovaries. I'm like, this is so cute.
This dog this is eliciting way more responses than I thought it would. Apparently, I'm the cold heart
I mean, and
robot
maybe
that-
it would get old over time, but it's
it's still
amazing
doing,
how
yeah.
lifelike they were able to.
It
make
is pretty amazing.
At least at
It
the
has a
onset.
cute face
Well,
too.
oh,
so-
but-
I think what'll be, I think it'll be interesting to see where they go with this technology. If they have this already, once the androids start taking over everything, like this is the sign of the future. This could be the beginning of the end, or could be the beginning of amazing things. It's looking at me and it's weirding me out. All
I
right.
can see like parents using this to train their kids to get a real dog. Be
That's
like,
true.
Hey, it's a lot of work. Don't just blah blah. Maybe.
I think it
Wants to
really
know
has
what
to
you
come
got
down
to
to
say.
price, though. Like,
Yeah,
there's
$2,000
no-
is just not going to be
$2,000 is not who would buy
feasible
that?
for a lot of people. Yeah.
I guess
Yeah.
rich people. But
Yeah, but it is interesting. So you can check out the full review as Kim goes through
there
7
any
days
sense to
with
Yeah.
Ibo. And that'll be up at digitaltrends.com, just like everything else that we've talked about today. And you can always refer back to there. And, of course, subscribe to the podcast where we get podcasts. Pavi, thank you so much for joining us
Of
today.
course, thank you.
it's nice to meet you.
Where can people follow you and everything that you're
On
doing?
YouTube, just the 9 to 5 Misfits. So number 95925misfits.com.
Perfect.
Or YouTube.
And what kind of stuff? What kind of stuff?
So we talk about unemployment and how to get out of it.
That's a good topic.
So a lot about like personal branding,
Okay.
lifestyle stuff.
Nice.
So yeah.
Cool. Well, and maybe soon to be robotic dogs. I don't know.
Yeah.
All right. It is kind
This
of.
important.
Oh, it's weird. It's
Yeah,
hypnotic.
it's 'cause
I can't
you're
look
not
away from it.
looking
All right,
in
we
their
got to close out the
face,
show.
that's why.
Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. Tomorrow, live at noon Pacific with Between the Streams, where Ryan and I will be talking about the latest movies and entertainment. And next week, I have to say this, the brand new DT Daily starts back up. So 9 a.m. Pacific, be tuned into Digital Trends, and we will unleash the new show.
Good
It is going to
girl.
be great. It's going to be live
girl.
and lots of stuff that's coming on with it. We're really excited about it. So be sure to follow up on Tuesday at 9 a.m. Pacific. All right. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. We'll be back next week with another episode. Oh, it's moving now. What is it doing?
Good job.
The cutest robot ever.